Alright. Hello guys, this
Hello.
is the Oklahoman with my kids.
And we're in City of Heroes, just so you know, because... Wait, can he fly? Can he fly?
Can I?
Oh, nope, he's on level 1. You have to be the level 4 to fly.
That's right.
That's a tip, people. That's a tip.
Except if you're a Peace Bringer, then you can fly at the very first level. Like as soon as you get into the game.
Dad, are you a Peace Bringer?
No.
Okay.
This is a first level character that I've rolled, and what I wanted
Not
to do.
level 50, which is basically all your other characters. And level 50 is like the last level, people.
And I wanted to show how you can make just a basic little base for yourself. You don't have to join a big super group or
So
anything.
you're just like, you're like in City Hall, right?
Yeah, and I'm about to register a new supergroup. So this is Mr. Rogers, and so his supergroup is going to be the neighborhood.
And
Get it? Get it?
I get it.
I get it.
So we can go over here, a couple of settings. Just if you're part of a team, it allows them to automatically be able to get into your base, but I'm going to show you how to fix that later. You can change your primary and secondary colors here. We can get a supergroup symbol. What would work for Mr. Rogers here? Is there like
Maybe that one you were just on.
Like a house or something.
a house?
Oh
Like
yeah.
the neighborhood.
So I thought of
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
I thought of that one with arrows going everywhere, because it means people from all different areas.
Yeah.
Yeah, but where's the house? No,
Well-
wait. If he's Mr. Rogers, maybe it should be an R.
Maybe it should be an R. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's find. I'm going to do the peace symbol.
Yeah, that
Right
does
now.
kind of work.
And we'll say accept. It really doesn't matter. Oop.
Valid supergroup name?
Oh, because somebody else has already got it. So
Maybe the neighborhoods.
we'll just say the neighborhood too. Because this is just to demonstrate.
Do you mean you want a peace sign
Okay.
on your chest?
Well, no, but I can fix that later. Okay.
I hate peace signs.
So now we need to go work on our base, and what we're going to do is just make
There was a door that was already out.
a really simple base that will let you get around the entire game and do some stuff for you, actually be useful.
And guys, if you guys can't tell, I have glasses now. I recently got them, like
Why
2
would
days
they
ago.
know that?
I don't know. If we like film more videos like outside of your favorite game, then
So-
maybe if people see me with glasses, they'll freak out.
Here's our closest base portal. We're going to say go into your base. That's going to be our brand
No one
new
else's.
base that we're going to do. And again, we're just going to try and make a very basic base.
And you
here.
start with the worst colors.
Yep.
Like seriously, do like a beautiful color. Like make it the jungle or the ocean. I love swimming,
So-
and I also love basketball.
I'm going to start by upgrading the plot, and what this does is it'll increase the overall size of your base.
Yeah,
You
that's
don't
what
really
we do
need to
basically
do this.
every time.
Yeah.
You can put the entrance portal in the middle. You can put
Yeah.
it anywhere, though. I would recommend the biggest, yeah,
Okay.
like that did.
And now, I always just like to have all that space to work with. Now I'm going to edit the base. Now you always get this one room when you start a base, and that's just let you teleport in and teleport out. I need to start placing some rooms here. In fact, I really only need like one room. So,
I have like a million. If you haven't seen my base video, then you should go check it out. It's called Chloe Shows You Her Base for an Hour.
Yes, it is an hour long. You might not want to watch it.
I would recommend watching it.
No,
because
it's an hour long. Seriously.
Zane, I destroyed a stage.
okay.
I destroyed a stage in it.
So now we added a room here. You can see we got more space to kind of do some stuff with. Let's go back into edit base, because one of the things that Chloe was kind of talking about here is you can pick different styles, and you'll see the current room here kind of change a little bit as we cycle through some of our different styles. You don't really have a whole lot of styles to work with.
I would recommend this one. Yeah, that's my favorite.
That's your favorite? Okay. Okay, so this one's your favorite?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to do that, and then we can apply room style to the entire base. You can see everything then changes to kind of go along with that. Now, we need to place some items in here. So the first thing that you might want to place is...
something fun.
Something fun.
Yeah, like
So-
a basketball court. Or
Well-
probably a couch, or probably make your own realm.
So we're going to put stuff in here that will actually do stuff for you and actually help you with the game. So,
Dad, I don't even have a nurse's office in my own base.
which
What do I need to do that?
which is a good point right here. So first thing we're going to need is a reclamator. Now what this will do is, should you die in the game, you have the option then to go back to your base rather than the hospital. So
Yeah. I choose to not actually do any actual game stuff. The only character I ever did game stuff is a character I wanted to fly.
now notice that our power bars kind of went wonky here. All of a sudden we're eating up a lot more power than we're generating.
I never
This is-
looked at that.
This is kind of a bug, and this is the only thing you need to worry about with this. That reclamator does require some power. Everything else for the base, they've taken the power components out of it. Once I place a small generator there, we're back to normal. Everything's good. Everything else you would place in here would not be a problem.
Dad, seriously, walk away from the portal.
Walk away
Yeah.
from the portal. There
Yeah.
we go. Okay.
Actually, I don't even use WASD. I use the actual arrow keys.
Okay.
I am
So
special.
you can zoom in a little bit here. Now, the next thing that you might want to have coming right out of a base reclamator, there, or out of one of these things, is you might want to have
Have
a
a desk.
nurse. No.
A nurse behind a desk.
So let's scroll across here until we see NPCs.
Until you
So-
see death.
And the other thing you can do is just search for nurse here, but I'm trying to show you where these are at. So here's nurse, and you kind of have to rotate her by right-clicking here until you get her facing the right way. And there you
Bam,
go.
she went from
There's
a
the
statue
nurse.
with a head on top of her to a woman.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so if you've ever got her facing the wrong direction, just get the little box up around her
Basketball talk.
again, and then you can...
I see basketball talk, people. I see basketball talk. If you can't
flip her
see
around.
it, it's right
Now,
next to nurse.
what the nurse is going to do is just be able to sell you inspirations if you need it. So if you just died, you probably need some inspirations. So you've got that there.
What are inspirations?
Well, they heal you and stuff.
Yay.
Okay, so we've got that going for us.
If you can't tell, I was being sarcastic. Put
Sounds
the nurse
like
behind
it.
the desk, dude.
Well, now we can come. I'm just trying to show you how to do this real quickly.
Dude, you are a
can-
glowing rainbow.
You can come back. Well, this is
Chloe,
Mr. Rogers.
By the way, can you stop calling Dad dude? Please.
I'm the dude. Seriously.
Don't. Why
Okay.
will everybody do now?
I don't know.
So now,
recently I've been calling
let's
you
put in a
Mr.
teleporter.
Dude.
Okay. And so the first thing you got to do is decide what you want your teleporter to kind of look like. Some of these are really noisy, like this portal unit. Others you kind of have to get into and stuff. I like some of these here. The Vanguard portal, for instance, is just a little spot on the ground, like this.
It's
Pretty
noisy.
easy.
Noisy.
So we
Ah.
put one of the portals on there. Now we have to put beacons with it that will tell us where all you can go to once you click on this. I'm just going to put a few in, but you can put multiple of these and get all of these beacons in here if you want. Notice how it turns yellow as I start to put this up here. You can put up to 10 on each one of these guys. But Atlas is a place I go to a lot. Dark Astoria is a place I go to a lot. What else have we got? Eden.
Dad,
Uh-huh.
I'm kind of sensitive to noise now. if it gets too noisy, I can like freak out and then I could barely breathe.
Okay.
Yeah, it is possible for
Barely
me
breathe.
to probably die if people talk to
Peregrine
me.
Island.
Oh, what's that?
Let's see. It's another place you can go to. Up Ricky Warzone. You'll find me there a lot.
Can you invite me to this base?
Yeah,
'Cause
I
wanna
can,
go
and
to,
I will
like,
show
that.
you. I will show you how to do that here in a second.
And also, I hope that I also hope that I can make a
What did
Chloe
Pocket
shows
do?
you her base for an hour sequel. I hope that I can make that because I made a pool so far and a labyrinth and
How about instead of an hour long, a couple minutes?
Okay. So that's enough just to kind of get you around to a few basic places, but you could, again, you could put
you didn't
multiple
even
of
go
these
to 8.
and
You
put
did
all
7.
of these. Yeah.
You had a possibility of 10
Okay.
and you did 7.
So now what else? Yeah, and that's enough just to show us how to get around. Now, back to the NPCs here a little bit because there's a couple of other ones you might want to have in your base.
I don't like NPCs. I like fun. If you watch my Chloe shows you an hour, well, Chloe shows you her base for an hour, you could see that there was no such thing as NPCs, no such thing as nurses. There was just, a stage and some changing rooms and some and some actual rooms. And
Let me tell them about this
we
here.
talked about pools.
So the Vanguard Drill Instructor, that's going to let you level up. So if you are leveling, you can come to your base to do that, which is kind of cool. An Icon employee is kind of helpful because they can change your costumes around for you. Face Maker, that would change your physical attributes and stuff. I don't.
What is physical
Like how tall you are and what gender you are and all that.
Oh, yeah. I would make me taller. I would make me the tallest. Because, guys, I am 11 and I am still in a booster seat.
So I'm going to put a Vanguard Quartermaster in here too. That is somebody you can sell stuff to. So if you've got inspirations that you don't need, or if you've got enhancements that you don't need, you can put that in there. Okay, and that is all of the useful ones I want to put in here. Now, with that, we'll exit the base editor, and you may need to push page down just to kind of zoom back into your character. But now we've got a perfectly working teleporter that'll get you to a few zones. 7.
Even when
You
you're
can
at
build
10.
more.
That's a choice. That's a
Then
choice.
you've got these guys that can help you with leveling up,
You always yell at me all the time.
changing your costume, and selling stuff. Okay? And then, of course, like I say, back here we've got, you can res into this, and the nurse will be able to sell you some inspirations here if you need them. And so it looks like we're at 13 minutes, and we have built a usable base in just 13 minutes. Now,
13 minutes?
let's go.
I thought it was 5.
Okay. There's one more thing I wanted to show you here, and that is how to make your base accessible to you and other people. And that is, I'm going to have to get out of it. This is a little bug sometimes. If I exit the base, it'll show me the chat line on here. Okay. And I don't know that you need to be in your base in order to do...
Coloring with a pen on plastic.
Okay.
I'm trying to
So...
put eyes on the little plastic frog.
So if you do /SG
Do not
code
throw that on my glasses!
and then put a word in,
That
so
also hurt.
let's just put Roger, whatever you put in, and then you hit enter. You go up here into your global, and let's see, what is it? Is it SG base code?
I'll let you
Or
figure
SG
it out while I
passcode?
clean my glasses if they just threw something on.
Since
SG passcode.
Have you ever heard of
So
the word
now
flashes
you've got
and breaks?
this as your base code. Now anybody can use that to get into your base.
What did you just do?
So I created a base code. It's a shareable base code. You can give this to other people, and then you or others can use it like this. You go enter base from code, and then put in what's up there. And when you do that, shoot, I've got to remember enter base from passcode. There we go.
Oh man. Oh, okay. Ooh, okay.
And so
I
then
was.
you go straight to your base. Doesn't matter where you're at, City of Heroes. Now that particular code, they do plan to get rid of at
What
some point.
particular code? Like number code?
No, the enter base from passcode, they do intend to get rid of that at some point.
They do? How do you know that?
Because I've been reading the boards. But until they do, you can do that. In fact, you can even make what's called a macro.
What's that?
So let's say macro base, enter base from passcode, and then put our code in like that. Notice it just created a little macro here. When I click that,
Oh, that's the macro.
well then it'll just take you straight to your base. Okay, and if you see other base codes that you want to do, you can make a macro like that. There's fancier ways to handle that, but again, this is just to get you up and running. Here in about 15 minutes, you've got your own little base. You can get anywhere you need to go within City of Heroes.
Not 15, it's 16
And,
minutes.
Yeah,
dude.
no, we're up to 16 now. But anyway,
Wow.
just wanted to show you that. So we're done. Say bye, everybody.